Hey, welcome back to the Lightspeed Social Agency YouTube channel, here to help you grow your lawn care and landscaping business. I want to talk to you today about planning for the future, specifically the 2023 year. I want to talk to you about sort of like some goal setting, getting into the growth mindset, setting concrete actions and dates to make things happen so that you stop hoping and wishing and you push yourself to a specific goal. And if you do all of the things we talk about in this video, I promise you will be amazed by what you can achieve in one calendar year. All right, so the first step for planning for the future is to look at the past, right? We want to look at last year's results. We want to see what our revenue numbers are. We want to see what our profit was. What were the main challenges? What were the big successes? How did the year shake out? And if you have goals from the end of 2021 that you wrote down for 2022, then now is the time to break those out, compare them against how you performed, how the business performed, and look at that. And I know that we're midway through November here. You don't have that last 6 weeks of data, but hopefully you've got enough to look and see okay, we are within spitting distance of this goal, and then you can finish things out for real in January. But now is a good time to look at that and see if there's anything you need to do in the last 6 weeks of the year to kind of right the ship a little bit if things were going a little bit off the rails at the end of the year. Remember to look back on those main challenges. What really hurt you guys this year? And then also look at the big successes and tell us in the comments what the big successes were. What parts of your business worked great for you this year? Maybe this is the year you finally got off the truck and got into the office so you could work on the business instead of in the business. Let's celebrate that in the comments. All right, step 2, know the performance of your services and clients. Take your services and break them down by profitability. This is a great time to dive into the numbers. If you don't know your numbers, my buddy Paul Jamison over at the Green Industry Podcast has an excellent training course you can do to help you dive in and figure out those numbers and figure out what services are profitable, which clients are profitable. But the big thing is going to be figure out which services have the biggest margin. Figure out if you're offering too many services. Maybe there's some that need to be cut because they're not performing the way that you hoped they would. So kind of take stock of your services, figure out which ones are the best. And sometimes it might surprise you. It might be that something you thought was not super profitable actually, was super duper profitable for you guys. And then you can know we need to double down on selling this next year. All right, and then clients. Were all your clients profitable? I hope that they were. If you have some clients who are not profitable for you, you need to cut any that aren't worth your time, right? Like I said in last week's video, you would never go to a client's house and pay them $5 to mow their lawn. You are saving yourself $5 to not work with this person anymore. So you either need to cut or raise prices on renewal. I would definitely recommend trying to raise prices on renewal unless it's you're cutting losses in a neighborhood and getting out of that neighborhood in favor of another or something. But look for patterns. What are the most profitable areas? What are the most profitable neighborhoods and subdivisions in your market? Who are the most profitable clients? Try to figure out what you can see in common between your most profitable clients. This is an excellent opportunity to use a client persona. I believe we have some content on that about cloning your best clients, that kind of thing. So we'll put that up here for you to watch, help you try to figure out what are the things that these clients have in common that make them really great clients. All right, finally, step 3, we are going to set a realistic revenue goal for the year. Right? So you want to figure out how to choose something reasonable here. What I would recommend is looking at your current results, looking at the marketing spend that got you there, and know that whatever percentage increase you target for revenue needs to be mirrored in your percentage increase of your marketing budget, right? If you don't put more money into the engine, you're not going to go faster, you're not going to go further. Marketing is sort of the fuel for the year of the business. If you have a 20% year over year revenue growth goal, then you need to have a 20% growth in your marketing budget. And that does not necessarily mean that every dollar needs to be thrown into Facebook or Google ads. You can do some more inventive things. My friend Garrett Matthews down in Louisiana, he has a pizza trailer and projector that he takes out to every local event that he can get invited to and serves free pizza with his logo on the side of the pizza trailer. So you can do some inventive things. Just make sure that you have a path to the ROI there. And you can go after really aggressive goals. Just make sure you've built in the infrastructure to do it. If you're trying to increase your number of lawns by 20 or 30%, keep in mind that's probably going to mean a bump in employees to match that. That might be a whole other truck. So look at those things and see, what do I need in the back end of the business to support this big goal? Don't just throw the big goal out there with no idea how you're going to get to it. Before we move on to the last couple steps here, please remember to like the video if this is helping you frame your thoughts for 2023. And make sure to subscribe because it helps make sure you see the videos. It helps introduce the channel organically to other people. So please do that to help us out. All right, step 4, plan your major growth projects. This is what I was alluding to in the last step. You need to choose a few projects that you can get done this year. This could be that you need to hire 4 new guys. You need to buy a new truck. You need to finally get off the truck yourself, replace yourself in the day-to-day of the business so that you can work more on growing the business. Figure this out. Maybe you are looking at hiring your very first employees, and I know that that's scary and it's hard to know when is the exact right moment to do that, but these are the kind of things you need to figure out, and then before we get to January, February, and you're having to actually do it, you have this window of 6 weeks to educate yourself. Right? You have the time to dive in and learn about these projects before you pursue them. One of the huge game-changing projects you could do, if I don't say so myself, is hiring a marketing agency to take over your marketing and get more out of your marketing budget. Right? So the point where I think you should do that is when you are spending $500 to $800 a month on your marketing. That is the point where it makes sense to have someone come in and start managing it for you because you don't have the time, right? If you are still in the field, you're answering phones in the office, you're working on growing the business, you're not going to have time to nurse the ads and figure out what's working and get results in the door. You want to hand that off your plate. All right, and step 5 is that you should start your marketing right now. So you need to figure out your marketing plan now so that you're not behind the 8 ball when you actually need to start running ads in February, right? So you want to be figuring that stuff out right now, getting the ball rolling, and please come talk to us. If you have been watching our content all year, you know that we are dedicated to helping lawn care and landscaping service businesses grow. We want you to grow at light speed. We want to grow alongside you. You don't need to go jump in a pond where you're going to be a small fish. Come get in the pond where you are a pretty big fish and we care about you and we know you. I cannot tell you how much fun it was to run into clients at GIE, walking the floor. Hopefully next year we'll have a booth so everybody can swing by. But it was so good to see people in person and know, hey, I'm the owner of Lightspeed. I've talked to this person on the phone. I have helped them when there was a crisis, when a Facebook account got stolen. All of that sort of thing. We know each other. You talk to me, you talk to Robert. The whole business is here to support your business. So please reach out to us if you need help with your spring marketing plan. We would be happy to put that together for you and execute it when spring rolls around. Keep watching the channel here. We're going to have stuff coming to you all winter long. We are, hunkering down. Just producing content all winter. So we would love for you to be here. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss any of our videos coming out. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast, the Lightspeed Lawn Care Marketing Podcast. Robert and I are there every week. Last week we had our very first guest, Jacob Godar. And this week we'll be talking about the same thing we talked here, your 2023 plan to grow your business. All right, we'll see you next week.